Hi everyone, it's Kerry here to show you a journal page that I've recently done using the new Indigo Blue digital downloads. So hopefully you can see on here the layers that I've created. I've done some fussy cutting, the light just catches there. I've coloured those flowers and the butterfly in with some vivids. The main piece of collage down here is actually one of the digitals printed on a scrap piece of card that I had, which was a mop-up page, I guess. I can't even remember what the colours are in the background. I just thought I'd give it a go and see how the digital printed out on there. And then you've got one of the background papers behind there as well. So what I thought I'd do today to show you how I put that together to give you some inspiration to have a go yourselves. So just put that to one side for a second. I like to make books with my Amazon packaging so that at times when I'm not sure what I want to do, I can grab one and just make some collage pages, use up some scraps, that kind of thing. So I thought this would be a perfect place to work with some of the leftovers that I had from that journal page there and give me an opportunity to go through it again for the video. So this is just a piece of Amazon packaging that I've turned into a little journal, little booklet with some book pages. And again, as I say, it's one where I like to use up scraps and play around, see where we go. So I think I'm going to work on this page here. First thing I think I'm going to do is pop that to one side and get my layers ready. So I've already done a little bit of tearing. I used my tearing ruler to go through, and the tearing ruler actually, I was quite surprised. This is quite a thick piece of card. Maybe it might even be a watercolour type of card, and it's torn it really well. So you can see there the digital I've printed out on the background, which I used in the other page. And this is literally just your regular copy of paper. I've got an Epson printer, and you know, I'm pleased with the quality of that, how that's come together, how that's printed out. I say I've just used bog standard photocopier paper. This is another one of the backgrounds, and I've got the orangey one with the nice orange in there as well. So I'm just going to line that up on, I think we're going to use this page here. Hopefully I'm in shot there. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the bottom piece off there. The tear rulers, there's two sides, slightly different. I think I used that fatter side before, so I'm going to put that on a more flat surface, and nice push down, and literally just tear towards the ruler itself. Another nice little piece of scrap for the scrap pot. So that's going to lay on there nicely, and I'm just going to use Old Faithful glue stick. If I'm doing collage work, I tend just to use a glue stick for the lighter items. My grab and go glue for the more heavier pieces of collage papers. So over on my pile, just out of frame, I've got again lots of my scraps of book page. Some has got ink on it, some hasn't. So we'll see whether we'll use some of that. I think I'm going to go with some of this dotty paper. It's one of my son's old school books that's coffee dyed and then inked up with something. Again, you can just see that in frame hopefully. Just start to build the layers up, and I try not to think about this part of the process too much, and just literally go with the flow. So again, I'll just grab a piece of scrap that might be lying around and pop it down. I think we'll just have a bit of contrast with the book page. Again, just doing that by hand rather than with a tear ruler, because with the very brittle, some of these are quite brittle pages, so the tear ruler is a bit too heavy-handed, if you know what I mean, for the more delicate pages. So we're starting to just build up some layers there, and then I'll come in, I think, with a piece of this. I might actually go with a little bit thinner on this one. So again, with my tear ruler, let's get that glue out of the way, just put the lid on, it's quite warm. With my tear ruler, just to show you how it does work with a more heavier card or paper, just does need a little bit more work, but the result is still nice. Torn edge there, so you can see that's quite a nice element to use. So we either go horizontal or vertical. So I think I'm going to take that to that bit there, find my grab and go, and just pop a little bit of that on there, and off we go. So there's that held down just for a couple of seconds. So you can see there we've now got a nice little bit of collage going on, all contrasting together, pulling together. Just pop a little bit of a tidy up. So with the digitals, there are so many elements, so many stamps that you can choose, and you can either just print straight as they are, you can resize them, you can flip them, you can do all sorts with them. For me, I just thought I would play around with, that's the bigger version of the group flower there. So I've got that for either cutting down, die cutting, tearing, another piece for the pile. So on here, this started A4 sheet. It's not expensive card. I think this is probably might be a 200 GS. I'm not sure, but it'll be one that I've picked up from the works or something like that. And I've chosen the set of 6 flowers, and then I've printed it 4 to a page, and my margins weren't quite right, so it's cut off a little bit on there, but that's not a problem because it did it on this one, and I just layered it up slightly differently so you didn't notice. So to deal with these, I will just now go ahead and give them a little bit of a colour up. So I've got a couple of flowers here. I've already got my butterfly done, so I've used Vivids to colour in these, so I thought it worked quite nicely with the colour palette. So I've got Drop of Golden Sun, just give that a shake up. Now I like to use them as a watercolour ink straight from the bottle by just doing a dip into the bottle. You can spray it onto your mat, craft mat, onto your glass mat, whatever working surface you use, but as I say, I just like to just find I make less mess that way. So sorry, I've got Raindrops on Roses. Yeah, Raindrops on Roses. Oh no, I don't know what that's got the wrong lid on it, so we'll come back to that one. And Catch a Moonbeam. So I'll carry on with the 3 sort of yellowy ones, find a brush and just going to go straight in. There's plenty of ink on there, and you can just let that spread and colour your flowers in. And the beauty of digitals is that you can print as many as you like and have a session of painting in, colouring in, cutting out in front of the TV if you like. If you're anything like me, I can't watch telly without doing something. I'm not worrying about going over the edges, you can see. I'm just adding, and as this soaks in, it will make a little bit of contrast. Get some nice orange for the centre, and you can be as precise as you want. You can lay up as much ink as you want. I might go with colouring this one, that one. See, once that's dry, you can come in with another layer if you want. I'll have some yellow. Okay. Put a bit of yellow into those. Oh, that's probably a little bit too much. So when you're doing this is just obviously to give you a bit of an idea, but you don't have to be as messy as I'm being. So that's going to do me for that. Just rinse my brush, put that back there, pop the lids back on here, pop those out of the way. Now I need to check my colour chart to see if where I've gone wrong. So I will quickly just do a little bit of a cut out here. I should have probably done this off camera. You can see how fussy cutting isn't my favourite thing. I never seem to have my little board around the edge the same as I go round, but you know, this is just to give you an idea and hopefully give you some inspiration and get you to have a go and see that this kind of work isn't as scary as you might think, and it's really, I find, very relaxing. So bear with whilst I just zip round here. So nearly there, and then it's my favourite antennae part. Oh, it's probably going in and out of focus there, isn't it? Sorry about that. I have to forget that I'm filming myself. Oh, see, that's gone a bit too close there. Right, let's go around this side. And here we go. I sometimes will cut those off and then redraw them with a fine liner, but come on, what's going on here? That little bit won't come off. Right, I'll just nip that. Tidy that little bit up there. And then hopefully we won't cut those antennae off when we come around this side. So we might just have to put up with that little bit of border being a bit unequal. So let's just tidy that a little bit up there. There we go, one butterfly can sit over there. Whilst those are still a little bit damp, we'll have a look at our sentiments. So again, there's lots of sentiments to choose from on the downloads. Again, I've literally just printed this sheet out on A4 as it comes. So again, you can reduce them down, put forward to a page, whatever you would like really. I think I will just go with, as the sun colours flowers, so does art colour life. So again, I'm not going to pay too much attention to my cutting out. I think this time I'll go with a larger one. I want, quote, all in one piece. There we go. And I'm going to grab Well-Loved Distress and just edge, just to take the stark white away. And perhaps that can go down the bottom there. So I'm just sort of playing with composition. I'm just going to give this a bit of a blast behind the camera there. Bear with me. So there's that. And again, oh, making a mess. Let's just give those a quick little whiz. So if you were to prepare lots of flowers, you can print, fussy cut, have a box ready. So when you're having a moment where, oh, I'm not really sure what I want to do today, grab some paper scraps, grab some fussy cut flowers, butterflies from your stash, and you're good to go. You can see my fussy cutting is not the best. I find it quite difficult doing the clean and simple. So I hope everybody's had a lovely summer. Seems to have gone round very quickly. My boys are now getting themselves back into the routine of school, which hopefully allows me more time to get back into craft. Summer has not been kind to me in time for crafting this year, with extra work and family life getting in the way. So here we go. That's number one. So again, I'm going to just take that whiteness down around the edge, which actually I could do on my butterfly as well, being careful on those antennae. And we've got however we want to lay up. So the idea with these layouts really is that they could be applied not only to a journal page, but perhaps an art tag, which you might be sending to somebody. See, journal pages tend to be something that we do for ourselves, keep them hidden away perhaps. They're not something that is on show. It's about practicing our techniques perhaps. Whereas once you've maybe found a layout that you like, why not create it onto a art tag that you can send to somebody, happy mail, that kind of thing, as a gift, or even use the same layout on a greetings card. So, you know, these projects, sometimes, you know, we sort of start out as a journal page, but actually there are many other projects that they can be applied to. So nearly there with this one. Whilst I'm chatting away, again trying to forget that I'm filming myself. There we go. Right, okay, so let's just get the, you can see some of those little white bits where the ink didn't quite fill in, but you can see that Vivids on top of the print actually come out really, really well. So now it's just a case of quickly grabbing a bit of grab and go. Let's pop you there. You could put foam pads on that if you wanted. Again, if you were going to use it in a different, you know, perhaps on a card and you wanted a bit more dimension. So I tend to just go with a blob in the corner, in the centre, popping it in the corner of the sentiment or the quote there. You can give those a bit of a curl up if you want. Maybe put a bit more. Oh, you could layer those up if you wanted. I'm just going to pop you under there, I think. And quickly and simply, we've turned a pile of scraps and a digital into another journal page. But as I say, that layout could be applied to a tag, a greetings card, piece of framed art. So that's another bit of inspiration for you, which I hope you've enjoyed. All of the products are available from the Indigo Blue website. Thanks again. See you soon.